It doesn't look right to me.
We enjoyed a lovely few days chilling in San Diego. The weather was a little bit stormy, so we got cozy and waited the storms out. And then it was time for our first show of the year, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2 tour. We were so excited. One of our cozy evenings where we're going to put a movie on, the pets are out, and we are making some plum dumplings. Our friend Fleur is from Poland, and she's been telling us all about these amazing, amazing dumplings. And we saw some in Lidl, traditional Polish plum dumplings, and they're vegan, so we're going to try some. And it says on the instructions to lightly simmer them in salted water. I hope we're doing this right. They look like little eggs. For those that haven't met Dupes, this is Dupes, our bunny. His name is Rupert, but his nickname is Dupes. And I've had him for almost 9 years now. And he just absolutely loves humans. You love strokes, don't you? He just would lay here for hours and hours.
While we're waiting for them to cook, we thought we'd give you a little update on the battery situation. So this is our first full week with our new inverter and our new batteries. So we cruised on the Saturday, and since then we haven't run the engine. And we've done everything this week. I've been working, Amy's been streaming, we've been playing games, we've been editing. And it's not even been that sunny either, so the solar hasn't been that great. And we are still currently on 46%. It's just incredible the difference it makes. I genuinely didn't think that we'd be able to live this casually with electricity.
Yeah, we're not really careful with it either. We have the TV on most of the day and it's just brilliant. And I curled my hair the other night using my straighteners. For like 15 minutes, the straighteners were just on, which is crazy.
I'm glad that we did have the 10 months with the rubbish setup though. Definitely humbled us, taught us a lot about power consumption.
So they're floating, which means they're ready, so...
Here we go.
They're good. Maid wears our anniversary breakfast in bed because we have been together for 6 years. You're still asleep. We've been together for 6 years, so we've saved up some pennies and we are going to a spa today, just a day spa, and we're very, very excited.
On our way to the spa now. It's about a half an hour walk. We've got a good 20 minutes to get there. Naturally, running late as always.
Literally from the canal, it's about a 2-minute walk.
A little nice anniversary treat before we head down the terrifying River Soar. Why are we always late?
This isn't relaxing, just boaty things.
It's a lovely day though.
Turn left, then in 20 yards, continue on Regent Street.
Go on then. Handstand competition, who's the best?
Amy's entry to the grand handstand competition.
Redo.
Spa day done. That was so
lovely.
nice. It was really relaxing.
Would recommend if you're in the area. It's only like, it was £43 for a whole day and afternoon tea.
We still get that weird anxiety when we're coming back to the boat. Is it there? Is it afloat? Are the pets okay? And every time the answer is yes. But it still gives you that funny feeling.
One of our lovely subscribers, Dean, has recommended us some CCTV cameras that don't require any wiring up. So, as soon as we're near an Argos, we're going to buy those. So, thank you, Dean. We're really excited to get them.
Only been in for a few minutes, taking Rufus on a walk, and we've written a shopping list. We're being brave, and we're going to go and do our weekly shop now because we have no idea what the amenities are like on the Soar, and because we want to just set off and go tomorrow morning and tackle the rivers, we're just going to get it out the way now.
Since it's our anniversary, we're going to treat ourselves to a Chinese takeaway because we haven't had one in 4 months.
Special day today. Swan's coming out to take us over the Trent and onto the Soar.
Today is the start of our big summer journey. We're finally leaving the Erewash canal and we're heading down the River Soar onto the Grand Union Leicester line and then through Leicester down to Oxford. And we want to be in Oxford on the River Thames, around that area, for like July and August. So we're very excited.
So today is going to be the first day that we've seen something new in about 4 months because we've been stuck on the Erewash.
We're so excited, but also we're so nervous about going back onto the Trent and onto the River Soar because the turning is not sharp, but if you don't make the turning onto the Soar from the Trent, there's a massive weir. Wes is going to smash it. It's all going to be fine. The levels are on green, we think.
At some point I'm hoping that this gets less scary. I'm still terrified.
For now, we're very, very nervous this morning.
Put a pen on my desk, slip the noose around my neck as I wait for the muse to come. But I can't seem to hear any humming in my head.
So this is the canal here, and literally just down there is where the spa was yesterday. So you could moor up here and go for a spa day. This building here is the spa. It doesn't look like one, but it was very nice. We watched Minimalist's video this morning of where they did this exact route, and they had their anchor out. So now we're really stressed. If you break down on a canal, you stay still, the water's flat, you barge pole to the side and you're sorted. Where on a river, your barge pole wouldn't reach the bottom and the flow would just keep taking the boat. So you're supposed to anchor to hold you down.
What did you expect? I'm a coward at my best.
Feel like a lot of you might recognise this boat.
Shiny
We've been watching the windows. They look so good. We're almost at Trent Lock now, and literally every boat we've been past, we've been like, we're going on the Soar today. Oh my god, is it fine? And they're all like, yeah, it's fine, you're gonna love it. But we're just like freaking out, and we just went past narrowboat Freya, who watches our videos, and we were probably just like this. Hello.
Just finished the facilities, and another boat's going down Trent Lock to go up towards Sawley. So we're just walking ahead to check the flow rate out and see how terrifying it is. There's a lot of people watching, and a pub full of people behind as well. Here we are at the dreaded spot. That's where I crashed into the wall. But rather than going back up that way, we've got to come out and go down there and avoid the weir down there. Well, this boat has just done a harder manoeuvre because they've had to come out at a U-turn and go against the current. They've absolutely nailed it. So fingers crossed.
No pressure, Wes. Come on then, let's get over and
Let's do it. We've decided against the anchor. No one else has used the anchor for this bit, and it should be fine.
We spoke to one of our Instagram friends, Tom. He said he wouldn't use his anchor, so.
Amy was, however, preparing to get Rupee into a grab bag in case we were sinking and she needed to rescue
It just scares me in case we start sinking. And the other boat didn't have life jackets on, so now I feel like all the people in the pub are going to think I'm like, try hard. But safety first. Safety first.
You ready?
Nope. What's that? Oh.
Here we go. My heart's racing. There's a lot of people watching as well.
This is it. Here we go. I'm so nervous. There's so many people watching who are trying to be like, oh yeah, this is fine. But we're very nervous.
Kind of got to gun it a bit.
Here we go. How you feeling?
Scared. Definitely not as bad as it was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Do you feel like it's pushing us or not?
Slightly.
With all the loose ends, I don't
Run, run,
wanna wait here for it. I don't wanna wait here for it. No, I don't wanna wait here for it. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait here for it. I don't
So far, so good.
Yeah, the turn really isn't far. It's a short bit, but it is.
The weir is way closer than I thought it was as well.
Yeah, it's really close, isn't it? Time for the turn.
How does it feel?
Right.
There's the weir.
Let's give it a bit more juice, like minimalist said.
Maybe more juice. I feel like the back's going. I'm the worst passenger.
It's fine. I don't know how shallow that is. I don't
Yeah.
know ground, but then swing round.
We're on. Because now I don't mind, because if the back did swing, we'd get caught by the bank. Did it?
We're on the River Soar.
We did it. We've been stressing about that for like 2 weeks. It was absolutely fine, wasn't it?
Yeah. For anyone else who might do the exact same trip and start frantically looking at videos, it is fine.
It looks scarier than it is.
Just as you're turning on, just give yourself plenty of room either side, decent amount of revs on, you've got plenty of time to do the corner, and then if you feel that you just need to give it a little bit more power, just don't be afraid to put more revs on. It's fine. This is so much better than I thought. We watched a Cruising the Cuts video where he basically mocked himself for fearing the rivers, and I see where he's coming from. Obviously this is a really good day, but it's fine. It's nowhere near as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Some of the houses by the rivers though, so nice. We was preparing to do this lock and then it's like the flood lock, so they're just open. The green light's on. That's what we like to see.
Yeah.
No more red lights throwing us off. We're having a little celebratory mini Easter egg for being so brave.
Well, it's definitely not as scary as we thought. It's actually really peaceful. I can still feel it a little bit more, and I'm a bit scared to do a lock or try and stop, but it's nice. A lot better than I thought. We're not actually sure how mooring works though. Like, is this private, the floating pontoon, or are there just no boats there, or can we moor there?
He was a score on a mountain, waiting for a sign of rain.
In true boat time fashion, we've come to a junction and we are deciding which way to go now. One direction is onto a little cut, so a small canal, and then the other direction is like a windy bit of river. So we're going to go through the cut, I think. We're really not used to having to make decisions. Look at us explorers.
Time to do my first lock on a river. I feel like people that have done these before are probably like, yeah, they're just normal. But for us, this is a big deal. They literally just look like normal locks. It's weird how they work. If you can see from the waterline, that was the lock full, even though it doesn't go all the way up. So we're used to the waterline being like here when a lock's full, but obviously that's to account for the different rise of the river. That's pretty crazy.
This gate at the back is closed. Doesn't look right to me.
Well, that was an ordeal. Good job those other boaters came. So when we approached the lock, it was full, so we emptied it as normal, and it looked like the back gate paddle was just fully open. The water was gushing out as if they were fully cranked open, and they weren't. They were shut. You could tell it wasn't shut all the way, maybe a few inches, but we couldn't get it shut anymore, and the gate was like bending when we were trying. Both of us pushing it with all our might couldn't get the gate open because the water level hadn't leveled yet. As much as we were emptying it, it was just coming back through. We decided to close the paddles because we were worried about draining this cut. We closed the paddles, and then we were just gonna have to wait because the CRT customer service to like let them know about closures and stuff like that are closed on weekends. But then another two boaters came through. One was a solo boater and one was a couple, and the solo boater knew the area very well, but then when he got there he was like, oh, this isn't normal, like this isn't how broken it's been for 2 years. It was newly broken even more, and he had to poke around with his stick and he felt like something was wedged in the gate which was preventing it from shutting. They went in and they were just going to try and go in and see if they could get out. We managed to push the gate open, and then we had to leave the gate open, otherwise it would have just filled back up with the paddles shut while we drove in after them. And the solo boat stuck around to help us, and then we was able to go up and ride the waves of the broken lock gate, and now we're through. So we're gonna have to report it in the morning.
Driving into that lock was really scary though, because you were just driving into just oncoming like water just pouring out, and it was quite scary. And then literally the second I was in and that gate shut, just started going up like probably faster than if you'd opened both gates. So I was holding onto the centre line. It was waving around quite a lot, but it was all right. And thankfully, yeah, we got out fine. But if you ever need any sort of advice or help, find a solo boater. They are the absolute gems of the canals. And if you ever see a solo boater, offer to help them, to give back to them.
But yeah, it was scary, but glad we were able to go through. Otherwise we would have been stuck until that was fixed. But now we're back on our way. So lovely and peaceful. We've just been having a lovely time being like, whoa, it's so beautiful. And then we saw the deep lock.
They weren't kidding. It is deep.
I feel like it's not as deep as some locks we've been in. Like the one in Stoke-on-Trent might have been deeper, but it's pretty deep.
And it's still a wide lock.
The deepest we've been through in a long time. There it is in the distance. That's a deep boy. Here it is, quite a deep one.
Kidding when they said it's a deep lock. It's quite cool though, because it's so deep you can't throw centerline over the top bollard. So there's these big cables, giant metal cables with blue like rubber around them, and you basically put your centerline through that to hold your boat stable as you go up. It's not too bad given how deep it is. It's quite sturdy.
So we found a nice lovely bit with Armco, and we're going to moor here. Perfect side bit. It just feels like a canal, this does. We're copying Holly the cafe boat because this is where they moored. We've been watching their video like, where did they moor? Where did they moor?
Jumped off a bit early.
Careful.
Coming.
So we're trying to get the rope tightness right, because you're not supposed to do it too tight on the river in case it suddenly floods. And we have heard that the Soar can flood fast. So we're trying to do it loose, but it's either way too loose like this, where we're sticking out quite a lot, or then it goes quite taut at the front. But I think that'll be all right.
If you've got any tips, fire away down below, because we need them.
Yeah, that's too loose, it feels like. Or is it? How loose is too loose?
I don't know.
The flies are out in force though. Swan's done us proud for the special day. Well done, Swan. You can go back to bed.
Even in the middle of nowhere. Just fields all around us. We can still get pretty decent internet. Time to check on the old bilge.
Why is that wet? Under the fuel water thing. That's dripping. We was gonna go in and say, wow, everyone. Wow!
We're waving, but they almost certainly can't see us. It's fun to wave.
We were gonna come in and say, wow, everyone. Look how dry it is in there. And we've got a leak.
I don't think that one's bad though.
Yeah, but it shouldn't leak at all, should
I think
it?
if anything, that's just me not tightening it enough.
Well, go on then. The good thing about it being dry is you know when you've got a leak, whereas before we had no clue. Anyway,
Don't know.
get the thing.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Our skin tank's leaking slightly.
Very slightly.
We need to tighten that.
Generally speaking, it's a hell of a lot better than it normally is.
Zoomies! Come here then! Whoa. This is what we love about warm weather and quiet towpaths. Rufus can just be on his long line exploring. Dupes is out in his run, getting some fresh grass. Rufus won't leave him alone trying to play with him. And I'm about to clean the roof so we can have a roof picnic. Time for our first roof picnic of the summer season. We've got Rupee down in his crate, Rufus is on the long line, and look at all this tasty food. Very excited.
Thank you so much for watching us venture out onto the river and edge ever closer to summer.
Thank you so much to Ron for your amazing comment, and if you want to see more, check out our socials. Hope to see you next week.